Okay, Sudesna, so skipping the part of introductions, as you already that is informed me. So you did your MSc in microbiology from West Bengal, right?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so being a microbiology student, suppose you are in a microbiology laboratory and you culture some bacterial isolates for
Yes.
24 hours and you just want to count that bacterial cells in per ml. So, what will be the possible technique and possible method to count the bacterial cell populations of that 24 hours of incubation period?
First method would be we can count, so there is echo.
Okay, no problem. Go ahead.
We can count, okay, so we can count the number of cells present by the way of physical counting, which is by the use of hemocytometer. In hemocytometer, there are basically 25 grids, and we have to physically count them one by one. And uh, after that, by multiplying with the dilution fold, we can count the total number of cells per ml of the culture culture that was given. And the second method would be after plating it by plate method or streak plate method, we can count the number of colonies and colony forming units. And the basic principle behind that is that a single cell give rise to a single colony. So the by counting the number of colonies, we can reduce the number of cells that were present in the uh, culture.
Okay, so there's apart from the CFU and all those counting methods, can we use that is PCR technique for cell counting also?
PCR method.
Yeah.
Okay. Cell counting. PCR method is generally used to enhance the DNA. DNA. I don't know about it, sir.
Okay, so there's have you heard about the RT-PCR? That is real time PCR.
Yes, sir. I've heard
What
about
is
it.
what is the working principle of that RT-PCR?
I can't recall, sir.
Okay, no issue. Can we also measure the number of bacterial cells by using spectrophotometer?
Spectrophotometer basically measures the optical density of the culture. So cell quantity. There is a certain, I don't remember. Maybe there are certain number of cells present for a given OD value. I don't remember that precisely.
Okay, no issue. Suppose you just want to take an OD of a bacterial suspension or bacterial culture, then what will be the wavelength of that
Mhm.
spectrophotometer reader? At which wavelength you can just take a OD of bacterial cell?
I know DNA 260 nanometer. I don't remember of bacterial cell.
Okay, no issue. Suppose that is bacteria has a different kinds of a growth phase, that is log phase, exponential phase, decline phase, etc. Right? And you just suppose
Yes.
you are a microbiology laboratory and also doing a research in microbiology, and you just want to that is make a graph of bacterial growth kinetics. So how will you conduct the that is that experiment to explore the bacterial growth kinetics? Right now, can you design can
Experiment,
yeah.
we can measure the OD.
Measured OD at what interval? That is 24 hours, 16 hours, 2 hours, half an hours.
For E. coli, the generation time is 20 minutes.
Okay.
Uh, that is, the bacteria would double and from the next generation. I don't know, sir.
Okay, no issue. So, Desna, can you tell me what is the mean of a generation number and generation time? In bacterial growth kinetics, we use
Generation, generation number. I don't know about generation number, but generation time is basically the doubling time of the bacteria. For example, E. coli has a generation time of 22 minutes.
Okay, so there's not tell me one thing like eukaryotic cells, the cells divide by two method that is mitotic or meiotic cell division. For the bacterial cell division, is there
Mhm.
any special kind of like eukaryotic cells or how a bacterial cells will divide?
I'm remembering of yeast budding and fission
Have you ever heard about any kind of a
bacteria.
cell division types in bacterial cells? Like in eukaryotic, that is there are two mitotic and meiotic cell division. Have you ever heard any kind of a cell division?
Mitotic and meiotic cell division, yes.
For the eukaryotic, but have you heard even for any kind of a cell division in bacterial cells, how a bacterial cells will divide?
It gives rise to two daughter cells. What is the process called? I can't recollect right now.
Okay, no issue. So this now suppose you are doing that is gram staining process for identification of bacteria that is gram positive or gram negative, and as there are certain steps and certain protocols. Suppose unfortunately you forgotten that is
Mm.
addition of iodine. So what will be the impact of not adding of iodine in gram staining process? Will there be any effect on the gram staining procedure, or still you are able to that you will be able to identify the gram positive or gram negative bacteria, even you not included the iodine?
Okay. Iodine basically acts as a mordant and helps to sustain the crystal. It forms a complex with the primary stain that is crystal violet. It helps to absorb the crystal violet stain into the cell wall of the gram positive bacteria. If iodine is not present, maybe the cell wall would not be able to hold the crystal violet color
I'm asking to you.
after
I don't have
washing.
any idea. You have to answer it.
I have ne- I have never done this experiment. I am only answering this on my knowledge about the theory.
Okay.
I have done this experiment. I have never excluded the iodine
Okay,
addition.
okay, no issue, Sudesh. Let me. Okay, moving ahead. Suppose, as you know, that is there are two different kinds of a bacteria on the basis of a gram staining. That is, one is the gram positive, another is the gram negative. So, how you look like?
Yes.
What is the differences in gram positive and gram negative bacteria, especially with the difference of that is cell wall? How the bacterial cell wall is different in gram positive and gram negative bacteria?
The gram positive bacteria, the peptidoglycan layer is thick, and in the gram negative bacteria, the peptidoglycan layer is thin. Also, the gram negative bacteria also has an outer membrane layer, which is composed of liposaccharides. And in gram positive bacteria, the cell wall also contains teichoic acid, but the gram negative bacteria does not contain it.
Okay, so according to you, that is gram positive bacteria has thicker cell wall. So, is there any significance of that thicker cell wall of bacterial gram positive bacteria for the human welfare? Suppose,
What the?
suppose we are talking about the human health. So, which kind of a bacteria will be good or bad? That is gram positive or gram negative?
For what? I am not able to understand your question, sir.
Suppose there are two types of bacteria, that is gram positive and gram negative. Which kind of a bacteria will affect more
Mhm.
on the human health?
Okay. Endogenous antigen. Okay. The gram-negative bacteria produces endogenous antigen when it sheds the LPS layer. LPS layer, when it comes in contact to our body, it can produce some fever response. Or I think gram-negative bacteria is more harmful to the human body than gram-positive bacteria.
Gram positive. Okay, so there's now suppose you have an antibiotic that is tetracycline, right? And you just want to
Yes.
just want to check out the impact of a tetracycline on these two bacteria. Which bacteria will affected more by that
Mm-hmm.
treatment of tetracycline? Gram positive or gram negative?
Tetracycline. I don't even remember tetracycline is a broad spectrum or a narrow spectrum antibiotic.
Just
So
a
antibiotics.
tetracycline is just a broad spectrum antibiotic which is used for the majority in the case of a fever, in the case of a pain, etc. So
Okay.
suppose you are treating that tetracycline same concentration on both bacteria, that is gram positive and gram negative. So which bacteria will affected by
Mm-hmm.
more by using tetracycline?
It depends on the mode of action of tetracycline, which I don't remember. I remember the mode of action of penicillin, which is basically it inhibits the production of peptidoglycan layer. So tetracycline, I'm not. I don't know.
Okay, no issue. Uh, Leave that. Moving ahead. Suppose you have a certain strain of a bacteria, right? And you just want to that is store for the long time. So, what will be the possible
Mm-hmm.
method and chemicals in which you store the bacterial isolates for the long time, like as year or 6 month or 5 month?
6 months or 5 months, we can use lyophilization, which is storage of bacteria in a temperature about minus 70 to 80 degrees Celsius. In that, we use skimmed milk. In addition to sterile water, we used cryoprotectants such as skimmed milk and inositol. We can use cryopreservation, which is the use of liquid nitrogen at minus 196 degrees Celsius. In that also, we use some cryoprotectants to protect the cell of the bacteria from harmful effects of the freezing process. In that process, we use agents like glycerol. Uh,
Okay,
there is also cereal cup.
okay, got it. So, there's now, have you heard about the NS, normal saline?
Normal saline, yes, sir.
What is the use of normal saline in microbiology laboratory?
Uh, Normal saline. We use normal saline of zero point 0.9 normality in the microbiological laboratory, and it acts as an isotonic solution, isotonic medium with that of the bacteria. It has the same composition as the cell inside of the cell of the bacteria. The environment of the inside of the cell of the bacteria is the same as the culture.
Okay,
Culture, no medium.
okay, got it. That means if we kept the bacterial cells inside the that is NS, then there will be no cell shrinking. There will be no cell swelling, right?
Yes, sir.
Bacteria will
Yes, sir.
remain
No,
constant,
not
right?
hypotonic. No. Yes.
Okay, well done.
Hmm.
Very good. So, Desna, as you are a microbiology student, so can you name some instrument which is very common and compulsory in microbiology laboratory, any kind of a microbiology, even at the BSL 1 level? Can you say some instrument or techniques?
The biosafety cabinet, which uses HEPA filters and UV lamps to sterilize the working area, is one essential equipment used.
Okay.
The microscope, the compound microscope, is there, which I have used. Also, also staining materials like spectrophotometer, centrifuge, things like this. Media, autoclave.
Okay, on the basis of sterilizing agent, there is two terms, that is bactericidal and bacteriostatics. Can you tell me the difference
Hmm.
between bactericidal and bacteriostatic?
Bacteriostatic agents, uh, bacteriostatic agents inhibit the growth of microorganisms. That is, they do not let the microorganisms grow further. and bactericidal agents kill the microorganisms entirely.
Okay, so tell me, we use generally 70 percent ethanol. So 70% ethanol is used as
Mm.
bactericidal or bacteriostatic.
Bactericidal, I guess.
Bacterio.
Bactericidal.
Okay, okay,
Cidal.
leave it. Suppose you are working in laminar airflow and there are UV lamp for the slicing purpose. How UV lamp can
Mhm.
act as a slicing agent and how it kill the microbes?
How you will
How UV light will act
access?
as sterilizant and kill the microbes?
Okay. Okay. UV lamp acts as a sterilizing agent. It forms pyrimidine. Huh. Pyrim- pyrimidine dimers. Huh. It forms pyrimidine dimers, that is thymine dimers in the DNA and the bacterial cell wall. In the bacteria, the replication process does not occur further, and in this way, the UV light acts as a sterilizing agent.
Okay, Suresna, tell me one thing. If that is UV light causes thymine dimer mispairing, right? And bacteria also possesses their own DNA repair mechanism. If bacterial cells
Mhm.
already contain their DNA repair mechanism, then how UV light can causes the death of the bacteria? There are so many ways that bacteria has gotten, that is DNA mutations or alteration. Then bacteria will recover by using their DNA repair system. And how DNA repair can be caused a
Mhm.
death by using UV light, UV radiations? How bacteria will not able to recover the UV radiations causes?
The UV radiation causes thymine diamond formation continuously. The bacteria does its work of repair, but the time it cannot match the time of the dimerization process. The time is not matched. It continues. It is slow.
Okay,
The
suppose.
process is slow of repair. Uh-huh.
Okay, okay, got it. Suppose you have a certain unknown bacterial strain or bacterial species. Suppose you are isolated some bacteria from the soil, okay, and you just want to go for the identification, that is molecular identifications. What will be the procedure for the molecular identification of bacterial species? After that, you will able to say that this bacteria is belong to that species and this is the strain of that species. What will be the process for the molecular identification? How a bacterial unknown bacterial cells will identified by molecular.
Molecular technique. Okay. The phylogenetic tree is constructed
Phylogenetic
by.
tree is about to know the relationship between the bacterial existing bacterial species to their ancestors. But I am asking about
Uh-huh.
the how unknown bacterial species can be molecular basis identified. What will be the technique? Have you heard about the 16s rDNA?
16. I was going to say about 16 as rRNA based on my knowledge about phylogenetic tree. It uh, it establishes the phylogenetic distance and okay, I'm not sure.
Okay, leave it. Uh, okay,
16 is rRNA.
yeah, yeah, continue, continue.
Has some conserved sequences, and we can harness that to uh, uh, and enhance that using PCR, and then we can compare that with the phylogenetic tree. I was going to say that. I
Okay,
don't know.
so have you heard about the CRISPR-Cas9 technology?
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by that?
CRISPR-Cas9, the full form is clustered, regular, interspaced, short, palindromic repeats, and Cas is CRISPR-associated proteins. CRISPR is basically is thought to be an adaptive immune system that is that is uh, that is made available to the bacteria by bacteriophages to protect against the bacteriophage infection. After the bacteriophage infects it first time, uh, the the CRISPR is uh, the CRISPR is incorporated in the bacterial genome. It is a genome editing technique. I'm not going to explain it.
Okay, okay, okay. No issue. Take it easy and be comfortable.
My the MSc my MSc project was also about bacteriophage and recent advancements of bacteriophage therapy. So CRISPR-Cas technology is a technology that inhibits the that that does not let the bacteriophage infect the bacteria. So I have read about it, but I'm not able to frame my answers properly.
Okay, okay. It happens with everyone. So it's a common issue. So don't be panic and don't feel bad. Okay, so there's not tell me one thing. A restriction endonuclease is a kind of endonuclease, right? Which is used in the recombinant DNA technology, also known as the molecular seizure. So why this restriction endonuclease is just not simply called by endonuclease? Why there is a term of restriction endonuclease? What is the significance of that?
I have not thought so deeply about, I don't know, restriction.
Okay. Okay. So
Restriction and
okay, okay, no issue. One last question to you from microbiology.
okay.
Okay, what is the hypersensitivity?
Hypersensitivity is an allergic response. Is a type of allergic response. There are different types of hypersensitivity from type 1 to type 4.
Okay, so that's not, it's okay. It's a fine, and it was nice interactions. Now the session is open for you. If you have any query, any questions, or any doubt, any suggestions you want to me, then you can ask to me. And also the session is open in Hindi conversations also, so other audience can also be able to understand what were the questions I have asked to you and what were the answers you will reply. So feel comfortable. एंड फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल पहले तो मुझे आप ये बताइए कि आपको इंटरव्यू देके अभी कैसा लगा?
सर अच्छा लगा पता नहीं कहाँ क्या बोलना है मन में आंसर आ रहा है सामने नहीं आ रहा
ओके,
बहुत सारे ऐसे
सुदेशना,
ये हो
आपके लिए कुछ सजेशंस हैं जिसको आप इनकॉर्पोरेट करें। इंटरव्यू कब है आपका?
18th को सर
18th को है। ओके, सो आपके पास
यस
अभी कल का टाइमिंग है और मैं चाहूँगा कि आप कुछ चीज़ों को इनकॉर्पोरेट कर लें। जैसे सपोज आपने चीज़ों को पढ़ा हुआ है, डेफिनेटली इसमें कोई डाउट नहीं है, बट एट दैट टाइम आप उसको फ्रेम नहीं कर पा रही हैं, रिकॉल करने में थोड़ी दिक्कत हो रही है। तो सपोज कि अगर आपने ये बोला है कि आपका माइक्रोबायोलॉजी ठीक है, तो माइक्रोबायोलॉजी के जो बेसिक जो आइडियाज़ एंड कॉन्सेप्ट हैं उनको आप लेकर के स्टडी कर लीजिए, थोड़ा बहुत कर सकती हैं तो ठीक है। और इंटरव्यू में ऐसा बहुत ज़्यादा आपसे कोई हार्ड एंड बहुत ज़्यादा डेप्थ में सवाल आपसे नहीं किए जाएंगे। बेसिक जो टर्म्स एंड टर्मिनोलॉजी होती हैं वो आपसे पूछे जाते हैं। तो अगर आपकी थोड़ी बहुत टर्मिनोलॉजी पे कमांड है, पकड़ है, तो देन इट विल बी फाइन फॉर यू एंड देयर विल बी नो इशू। ओके, एंड फीलिंग कंफर्टेबल। और ऐसा होता है सबके साथ में कि अगर 10 से 10 सवाल पूछा गया तो 4-6 सवाल का आंसर आप नहीं कर पाएँगे, ऐसा पॉसिबली होता है, तो इसमें आपको बुरा फ़ील करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। हाँ, बट ये है कि अगर आपने माइक्रोबायोलॉजी को बोला है कि आपका माइक्रोबायोलॉजी ठीक है, तो आपसे बेसिक जो माइक्रोबायोलॉजी की समझ है या जो आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, उससे आपकी उम्मीद की जाती है कि आप उसको बताएँगे, राइट? तो कई सारे सवाल का आंसर आपने बहुत अच्छा दिया, आपको आइडिया है डेफ़िनिटली, बट मैं आपको सजेस्ट करूँगा कि फिर भी एक माइक्रोबायोलॉजी का जो ओवरव्यू होता है, उसको आप अच्छे से समझ लीजिए, ठीक है? जैसे पॉसिबली सवाल आपसे बन सकता है कि बैक्टीरियल सेल्स कभी भी सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शंस नहीं करता, बट फिर भी सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन इन बैक्टीरिया हमको पढ़ने को मिलता है, जिसमें आपको ट्रांसक्शन, कॉन्जुगेशन, ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन को पढ़ाया जाता है। तो क्यों आप इन प्रोसेस को सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन की तरह लिखते हैं?
ओके
ओके, तो इस तरीके के सवाल आपसे बनते हैं और आपकी ये बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग को बताती है, तो उसको थोड़ा-सा आपको समझने की ज़रूरत है। बाकी सब ठीक है सुदेशना, और कोशिश करें कि जब आप इंटरव्यू में जा रही हैं और आप वहाँ पे रिप्लाई कर रही हैं, अगर किसी चीज कोई भी सवाल का आंसर, किसी भी क्वेश्चन, इफ यू डोंट हैव एनी आइडिया अबाउट द आंसर ऑफ दैट क्वेश्चन, देन सिंपली डिनाई इट विद वेरी पोलाइटली। आपको सिंपली बोल देना कि सॉरी सर, राइट नाउ आई एम अनेबल टू रिकॉल द डेटा, बट आई हैव read about that, okay? So it will be fine। पूरी तरीके से अगर आप ऐसे डंप हो जाएंगे, सो इट विल इफेक्ट नेगेटिवली, और ऐसा लगेगा उनको कि हाँ अभी आप समझ नहीं पा रही हैं। सो इट विल बी द बेटर कि आप उसको इस तरीके से ना बोलें, आप उस तरीके से बोलें कि सॉरी सर, अभी हम उसके बारे में रिकॉल करने में कैपेबल नहीं हैं, बट मैंने पढ़ा है इसको ड्यूरिंग माई एमएससी। ओके, चलिए बाकी होपफुली ड्रेस आपको आपने सेलेक्ट कर लिया होगा। बाकी जो चीज़ें हैं, आप बहुत सारे मॉक इंटरव्यू को देख रहे हैं, तो चीज़ें आपने कर ली होंगी। एंड इफ देयर इज एनी काइंड ऑफ अ नीड एंड सजेशंस यू वांट, जस्ट गिव अ मैसेज, आई विल सजेस्ट व्हाट विल द पॉसिबल सॉल्यूशन फॉर दैट। ओके,
Okay.
ओके,
Thank you, sir.
ओके, मोस्ट वेलकम।